We'll grab a few phone calls and then get the rants going on WTIC. Amy's in Cheshire. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Todd. How are you today?
Go right ahead.
I'm calling in because I wanted to address a couple of things. This extension of the emergency orders that we fully anticipated as Republicans happening in the state, we're waiting anxiously to hear what his excuses are, which it seems like Governor Lamont has more excuses than COVID has variants these days. But to hear him say that he is doing this so that he has the ability to act swiftly is ridiculous. We're the second smallest state in the country. You can get to Hartford in 90 minutes from anywhere in the state. Act swiftly. What exactly does he mean? Has anyone asked that question? Have you heard anybody talking about this?
It's not about the size of the state or the ability to move through it. It's a bogus argument because what he's saying is we need to have a state of emergency in lieu of an emergency in case something happens. But the state of emergency provision in the Constitution is not a conditional one. It's sitting right there designed so that if today suddenly a bomb dropped in the middle of Hartford, that he could instantly declare a state of emergency and make whatever executive orders into law that he needed to. In other words, the structure that he's claiming he has to keep in place conditionally is designed to be conditional when it's not in effect. So he's lying. And he's lying because it's his... So when you listen to...
We need to be talking about that every day until he lets up on these orders because people don't understand that he already has this ability. He's just stringing everybody along. Especially
now,
the other...
I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
The next talking point I was going to say is I think I just heard a little while ago that our positivity rate in Connecticut it's about 1.25%. It's 1.27% for the positivity rating. I mean, say it out. When people say that out loud, do they use the word emergency at the same time? I mean, it's unbelievable that the number can be going in the other direction, but the rhetoric for the emergency is headed in the opposite direction. That Delta is so contagious.
But the whole argument about positivity rate is all bogus. It's all a lie. Everything they're saying is a lie. I just want you to hear Amy Martin Looney, the Senate president on the Democratic side, telling the lie, or trying to tell the lie about the governor's executive powers while also confessing that there is no emergency. Listen to this.
To have the governor...
Let me just go back right to the very beginning.
We need to have the governor with the executive authority that he needs to act quickly in the case of an emergency.
You hear that last phrase?
Yes. Believe me,
so he can act quickly in the case of an emergency, and then he says
that may arise and where time may be of the essence.
May arise and maybe. So this is all hypothetical. It's a hypothetical emergency so that the governor can follow a re-election scheme designed around him having emergency powers.
Oh, and they're already starting to plant when they anticipate it letting up. Now I'm hearing around Thanksgiving. Isn't that convenient after the election, after some of the biggest local elections that we've seen in 2 decades, Board of Ed being probably the most heavily watched race this year. And after the election season, it seems like they can already predict. They already have an idea that around Thanksgiving it should ease up. So we'll be following that closely. The last thing I want
Amy, quickly.
Was Representative Greg Howard, who attacked Gail Mastro-Francesco on the House floor, saying that she was making a comparison between saying I can't breathe to everything that happened with Black Lives Matter and that being their slogan, and how dare she steal that and make the comparison between a man that died and lost his life because he couldn't breathe and these kids wearing masks. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was a really unfair, ridiculous attack, virtual signaling if I've ever seen it. And he irritated a lot of his constituents. I've been getting a lot of text messages and emails.
Well, that's good news. We want irritated Democratic voters. Amy, thank you so much for the call. Great to hear from you. Ben in Lyme. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Amy was terrific. It's just what I was going to say.
Yes, he was.
You had a caller earlier.